Tired of sitting down at your instrument, but you have no idea what to write about? Today, I've got 3 quick tips that might help you come up with some songwriting ideas. Stick around. Tip number 1 is to rewrite the narrative structure of a song that you already like. For this first tip, what we're going to do is take a song we already like and then write it from a different perspective. The example I use is Roxanne by The Police. I wrote a song called Coins Tossed in Water, which was about a third party observing that situation going on, how they felt, what was going on in their mind, and the actions they took after feeling that way. I believe songwriting is just an exercise in perspective, and by applying your unique perspective to a song you already like, you might be able to come up with some pretty interesting ideas that can truly become your own. Tip number 2 is to come up with an interesting song title and then write lyrics that correspond to what the title is. We're essentially reverse engineering the song. Let me explain. Now, this tip is deceptively simple. However, it can prove very effective. Think about it like this. When you write your song title first, it's like you have a compass that tells you where you will be going, but you may not know where you're at right now. And that's okay. As I said, we're essentially reverse engineering the song. We're trying to lay down some foundation for what the lyrical themes will be. I've done this recently with a song I wrote called I Could Drive All Night. I thought the title was interesting, and therefore it helped guide me to write lyrics that pertain to that title. Tip number 3 is to use an exercise called sensory writing to come up with some ideas. Let me explain. I got this idea from Pat Pattinson's book, Writing Better Lyrics, which I highly recommend for anyone getting into songwriting, whether you're a beginner or experienced. But the idea of sensory writing is taking an object and writing from your senses for 5 to 10 minutes at a time about it. You're not really worried about cohesion or a narrative structure or anything like that. What you want to do is really delve into the sensory experience of the object you're writing about. In doing that, sometimes, at least in my experience, I've found that you can come up with some song ideas just from the almost stream of consciousness that happens whenever you're writing that way. Pretty recently, I did this exercise about water droplets. It started with water droplets, turned into condensation on a glass, and in my writing, I put the glass down on a bar. All of a sudden, I'm writing about being inside of a bar. It's smoky, there's people walking in and out, you hear conversations in the background. I've turned water droplets into a setting, and therefore I had some ideas for some songs down the line. So I recommend doing this if you can, I don't know, once a day or at least once or twice a week. It's been very useful for me, and not only does it give you song ideas, but it can help you with some lyrical ideas as well. All right, y'all, well, that's all I have for you today. If you've enjoyed this video or found it at all useful, go ahead and give a like. If you want to subscribe, hit the bell thing, wherever that's at. I'm going to be doing a few more videos like this down the line. But until then, I hope you have a great rest of your day.